Hi there, I'm just going to do a little bit of explanation on the new 7 kilowatts and 12 kilowatt units we've got and the charge and discharge rates and bits and pieces. Okay, this model is actually a 7 kilowatt, the 12 kilowatt looks virtually identical, the display screen is in the bottom, small differences. Okay, so the 7 kilowatt unit, you can put up to 12 kilowatts of solar PV into it. It has 2 MPP trackers and 4 PV inputs. Okay. The charge and discharge rate in and out of it is 7 kilowatts, 32 amps. Okay. EPS connection is separate. Again, maximum export EPS, 32 amps, 7 kilowatts. It actually also has another input if you want a generator connected to it. And as long as that generator can be turned on and off with an auto switch, you can even plug a generator into it. It's an absolute one-size-fits-all kind of system. Okay. The 12 kilowatt version, quite similar. The screen is down the bottom, physically very similar, just overall much bigger components internally. 12 kilowatts, you can put 18 kilowatts of PV into it. It has 3 MPPT trackers and 4 inputs. Okay, so two of the inputs are on one of the MPPTs, and then you've got another separate one and another separate one, and then all the rest is the same. You have separate inputs for the batteries, separate input for a generator if you ever wanted a generator. I think that's pretty much it on these units. Really, really simple. Okay, now I wanted to talk about charge and discharge of both of the batteries. If it was the 7 kilowatts, it could do 7 kilowatts. That's 140 amps because it's always a 50 volt system. If it was a 12 kilowatt, it'd be 240 amps that you're trying to get out because it's a 50 volt system, that's 240 amps. Okay, so with either of these systems, if you simply want to have standard stack of 1 to 8 batteries, you can. But we have to limit the charge and discharge rate, and we do it to about 95 amps. You do it on the controls of this unit in the background, and then also we're going to get you to fit a 100 amp breaker to protect it in case someone accidentally knocks it back to 240 amps. Because the problem is, if you try and pull even 140 amps out of standard batteries, the link cables are not rated to that. They would melt, the fittings would melt. But if we deregulate it down to 95 amps, you can. So you'll get about 4.7 kilowatts of charge and discharge, which is really healthy. But if you want to maximise it, so on the 7 kilowatt units, you do want to get all 7 kilowatts of charge and discharge, or on the 12, you want all 12. The way we do that is we do a combiner box, okay? Because what the combiner box allows you to do is to put separate inputs in, okay? So this one has 10 in a row, okay? In the future, we've decided we're going to do a 4 option and an 8 option, but this one has 10, okay? And the principle is this. For a 7 kilowatt unit, you're going to have a minimum of 4 batteries. For the 12 kilowatt, you're going to have a minimum of 6 batteries, okay? And they all can plug in separately into here. So you're just using the standard cables that the batteries are provided with. This unit, as the name describes, combines all that power, combines all that ampage, hence the great big thick cables that bring all of that power and allow all those units to work to contribute to create your 7 kilowatts or your 12 kilowatts, okay? Using the 3.2 green links, so with a 7 kilowatts it's minimum 4 batteries, with the 12 kilowatt it's minimum 6 batteries, and the maximum you can have is 16 batteries, so that's 8 double inputs, so you have 2 batteries connected together going into an input 8 times. Moving forwards, we are going to introduce a new 9.4 kilowatt hour green links battery, okay, which is a beautiful piece of kit, but that's probably going to come, where are we, May, June, July, start of July, we're in 2023 now. That will allow anywhere from 1 to 8 batteries input, so you're going to get like 75, 80 kilowatt hours of ability if you had that many batteries all linked together. Okay, different options, a couple of things to consider, but we're very excited about these new single phase systems.